Why, hi there, I'm Ron Juckett, and Box Score Communications presents Boston Red Sox Replay 2004. Tonight, the second game of a two-game set between the Texas Rangers and Boston Red Sox from the Ballpark at Arlington. In the opening game, Brian Dries threw a two-hit shutout through 8 innings. However, memory is important here as we take these back-to-back. The Red Sox scored 3 in the ninth on a 3-run homer by David Ortiz and fell short as the Rangers won 4-3. Francisco Cordero in the save, and now the nightcap between these Red Sox and Rangers. And with the loss in the first game, the Red Sox fall a game behind the Yankees and are tied with the Baltimore Orioles for second place. This is the real-life Game 1 matchup. The computer has them mixed up. We'll go with Joaquin Benoit as tonight, starting for the Rangers in Game 2. And here's the lineup he'll face. Johnny Damon will lead off. Bill Miller on play center. Bill Miller is slumping again. He'll be the third baseman batting second. David Ortiz plays first in the second game. He'll bat third. Manny hit the big 3-run homer. He's got 26 RBIs at second now in the American League. Manny Ramirez is the DH. He'll clean up. Jason Varitek behind the plate in Game 2. He'll bat fifth. Dave McCarty is the left fielder, as Manny's the DH. He'll bat sixth. Mark Bellhorn will bat seventh and play second. Gabe Kapler will bat eighth, and Cesar Crespo will be the shortstop batting ninth. And here's the defense around Joaquin Benoit. Kevin Mench is in left field. He hit the big triple in the first inning of Game 1. David DeLucci is in center, and Brian Jordan, Happy's 90s flashback, will be the right fielder. Mench is below average arm and average range. DeLucci below average range and average arm and center, and Jordan average and average. The infield for Game 2. Hank Blaylock at third, Michael Young at short, Alfonso Soriano at second, and Herb Perry, the first baseman. Good fielding percentage, but has no range. And Rod Barajas behind the plate, average arm and average range. Benoit is 0-1 on the year with a 10.80 ERA. 15 innings pitched, 26 hits allowed. He has given up 5 home runs. He has walked 4 and struck out 13. Johnny Damon at 3-0-1 on the season, 3 homers and 13 RBIs will get us going. Benoit delivers, and there's a line drive, base hit into center. And the Red Sox start this one with a base hit. The Red Sox lost all 3 of these games in real life. If they do that again, they would be 12-12. If they win the remaining 2 games, they would get to 14-10 and only be 1 off what they did in the regular season at this point. So Damon is a threat to steal. Miller at the plate. Miller is at 190, 2 homers and 9 RBI. There goes Damon to throw down, not in time. So Damon had an 86% chance to steal, and he gets his 4th of the year. So it's a 1-strike count to Bill Miller with a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Miller hits a fly ball to right. Jordan has it. Damon scampers back to second. Will hold there. 1 out. David Ortiz at 291, 7 homers and 26 RBIs. Or RBI. I think that's the first time I've called that wrong all year. He had 3 in the first game. And he hits a fly ball to right center. Giulici and Jordan will watch it hit the wall. So a double for Ortiz. Jordan, slow down, Ron. Damon will score. Ramirez comes up, and the Red Sox lead 1-0. Manny at 278, 5 homers and 17 RBI. Benoit pitches, and he'll strike out. He tipped it into Barajas' glove, a 2-2 pitch, swung on, and tipped for the second out. Benoit will throw strikeouts. He threw 95 in 103 real innings. Jason Varitek, the batter. Jason at 422, great start for the year. 6 homers and 12 RBI. Here's the pitch, popped up. Jordan comes in, Barry goes out, Perry has it to retire the side. Red Sox get 1 run on 2 hits and strand 1 after 1/2. Here in Game 2 is Boston 1, Texas nothing. Temperature still in the 80s, wind blowing right to left at 15. Here's a lineup that Martinez will face. Michael Young will lead off. Hank Blaylock will bat second. Basketball, you know. Alfonso Soriano will bat third. Brad Fulmer, the DH, will bat fourth. Brian Jordan will bat fifth. DeLucci batting sixth. Perry batting seventh. Kevin Mensch will bat eighth. And Rod Barajas will bat ninth as the catcher. Pedro is 2-1 on the Cyber season with a 2.57 ERA in 35 innings. He has allowed 29 hits, 4 home runs. He has walked 7 and struck out 24 and has pitched very well as of late. Mike Young is at 262 on the year, 2 homers and 6 RBI. Had a couple base hits in the first game. And he'll start this one with a fly ball to left center. Damon is there, 1 out. Hank Blaylock, the batter. Hank at 341, 8 homers and 16 RBI. He'll go down by way of the K. He swung on and missed a 2-2 cutter. 2 outs for Alfonso Soriano. 188, 3 homers and 14 RBI. And he'll go down via the strikeout, a fastball up the belt. So a strong start for Pedro. Nothing across in the first. Boston after 1 leads 1-0. So McCarty, Bellhorn, and Kapler, the batters. McCarty at 357, no homers or RBI. Pitch from Benoit, that's strike 3. 2-2 pitch in the outside corner. That's 2 for Joaquin. 29 pitches so far. He is scheduled to throw 105. Mark Bellhorn at 243, the batter. 3 homers and 12 RBI. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to right center. DeLucci and Jordan go back. That's going to grab the wall, and that's a stand-up double for Bellhorn. Gabe Kapler, the batter. Gabe at 145, no homers and 3 RBI. Kapler grounds 1 to Blaylock, throws to Perry for the out. 2 out now. Bellhorn still on second for Cesar Crespo, who was at 094. No homers and 3 RBI. Sox lead at 1-0 here in the second. Pitch from Benoit is a ground ball to Perry. Flips it over to the pitcher to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Sox again strand 1. We played 1.5. Boston 1, Texas 0. Brad Fulmer, the batter, followed by Brian Jordan and David DeLucci. Fulmer is at 224, 2 homers and 4 RBI. And he hits a high fly ball to right. Back goes Kapler. The crowd thought it was gone. Kapler makes the catch for the first out. Brian Jordan is 0 for 7 on the year. In real life, he hit 222 in limited duty with 5 homers and 23 RBI. Martinez deals, strike 3. 2-2 pitch at the knees. And that's 3 punchados for Pedro. David DeLucci, who's at 200, 3 homers and 5 RBI. It's a ground ball left side base hit. McCarty throws it back in, and that's the first hit for Texas tonight. Herb Perry, the big, bulky, heavy strikeout first baseman, at 250, a home run and 1 RBI, is at the plate. Pedro deals. Got him! Swung on and missed strike 3. So 4 for Pedro through 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Texas strands a man after 2. Sox 1, Rangers 0. So Johnny at top of the lineup, Damon, Miller, and Ortiz. Damon singled and stole a base his first time up and scored through 2 innings. Benoit, 2 innings, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, a run it was earned. Damon, fly ball right field. Jordan goes over, grabs some popcorn, and watches it go foul. 0-2 the count to Damon. Pitch to Johnny. Got him! Outside corner, strike 3. Not much patience there for Damon. And there's 1 out for Miller, who was 0 for 1. Bill hits a comebacker right to Benoit, throws to first, 2 out. David Ortiz with the big RBI double, scoring Damon in the first, the batter. Now it's 27 RBI on the year. Here's the pitch, and there's a fly ball deep to right. Jordan will turn and watch it go. A solo shot for Ortiz, who has found his stroke. 337, says the Commodore 64 down the right field line. Commodore 64, so 80s, so awesome, so available now on the internet. So 337 on Ortiz's 8th home run of the year, and he single-handedly made this a 2-0 game. So Benoit settles down, and settles on the mound as Manny Ramirez, the DH, bats. He struck out his first time up. And Manny draws a walk. Jason Varitek is 0 for 1. Sox 2, Rangers nothing here in the third. And Varitek goes down by way of the K. Swung on and missed. So 1 run on the massive home run on the right field line by Ortiz. 1 hit, no errors. We played 2. It's Boston 2, Texas nothing. Bench Barajas, and then Michael Young will bat here in the third. Mensch, as I said, had a big 2-run triple yesterday in the first game today at 247, 3 homers and 11 RBI. Pedro delivers, fly ball to right center. Damon is there, 1 out. Rod Barajas, who you see in a Diamondbacks hat, I believe also spent a bunch of time with the Toronto Blue Jays. Anyway, he's hot right now, 393. No homers and 4 RBI. Wind's blowing out to right center. It's a current 20 miles an hour. Barajas grounds out 1 foul. And we'll have a 1-2 count. Through 2 1/3 innings, Pedro has thrown 44 pitches, allowed a hit, and struck out 4. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Miller goes over. Will he get it? Yes, 2 out. So Barajas fouls out to third, and that'll bring up Michael Young, who is 0 for 1. Pedro delivers. There is a pop-up. Crespo moves over to the grass and makes the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 3 full in Arlington. It's the Red Sox 2, the Rangers nothing. So Dave McCarty, who's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up, will lead us off. Bellhorn and Kapler to follow. McCarty hits a fly ball down the line and left. Mensch will watch it hit the wall. And so McCarty's on with a double. Mark Bellhorn, the batter. Mark doubled his first time up. Watch him strike out the next 3 times. Pitch from Benoit. No, there's a ground ball, base hit. It'll go all the way to the wall. That will score McCarty. Bellhorn has a double, and the Red Sox lead at 3-0. Kapler, the batter. Game is 0 for 1. Bellhorn on second. Not the best of efforts here. The Red Sox, with a win, would get to within a half game of the Yankees. Kapler strikes out. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So that's 5 for Benoit. Crespo, the batter, 1 out. He is 0 for 1. Crespo strikes out. 0-2 pitch on the outside corner, and so that's 6 for Benoit. Crespo is just something a little less than useless at the plate. Johnny Damon, the batter. Johnny is 1 for 2. He singled, scored, and struck out. And he'll go down again. A 2-2 pitch that he watches for strike 3. The Red Sox get 1 run on 2 hits. They strand another runner. No errors. This is kind of turning into a bad nightmare. After 3.5, the Sox 3, the Rangers nothing. So Pedro Martinez is on top of his game. 47 pitches through 3. And has allowed a single hit. That was to David DeLucci, and has struck out 4. Blaylock, who's one of the 4 strikeouts, will lead us off with Soriano and Brad Fulmer to follow. Pitch to Blaylock. Another strikeout. Pedro's on fire today. A 2-2 pitch on the inside corner. Here comes Soriano, who struck out his first time up. Pedro got him at the belt on a 1-2 pitch. This is vintage Pedro this evening. And that'll bring up Brad Fulmer, who was 0 for 1. Pedro delivers the first walk of the night for him as Fulmer goes to first. Full count, check swing, and the umpire said he held it. Pedro walks back to the mound in disgust doesn't agree with the call, but you wouldn't expect him to. Brian Jordan at the plate. Brian struck out his first time up. And he'll hit a ground ball in the hole, right side, base hit. Fulmer moves over to third. Jordan will hold at first. And let's see if Pedro can get out of this without any damage. DeLucci, the batter. David is 1 for 1. He had the lone hit before Jordan. It was a single. Pedro got him. Swung on and missed on an 0-2 fastball. No runs, no hits, or 1 hit, no errors. We played 4. It's Boston 3, Texas nothing. So Miller, Ortiz, and Manny Ramirez will bat here in the 5th. Bill is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Miller swings. Nope, strike 3 call. So that's 8 for Benoit. And that'll bring up Ortiz, who has done his due diligence tonight in the first game. Remember, he had a 3 RBI home run in the 9th to make it a ball game, 4-3. And tonight in game 2, another home run, a double. He's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI. Benoit delivers. Ortiz grounds out one to Blaylock, throws it over to Perry, and it's an infield hit. Get this man on a plate and go to Vegas. My goodness. Here's Manny, who has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Benoit delivers, popped up. Mensch and Blaylock. Blaylock has it on the grass for the second out. So here's Jason Varitek. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Benoit delivers. There's a fly ball to right. Jordan is there to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Sox ran another runner. Halfway home in Arlington, it's 3-0 Boston. And don't forget, Monday night after the late local news, Craig Ferguson will welcome Josh Robert Thompson and Robert De Niro after your late local news on the Dumont Television Network. Pedro at 71 through 4, 2 hits, the walk, and 7 strikeouts. And he'll face Herbert Perry, Kevin Mensch, and Rob Barajas here in the 5th. Herbert struck out his first time up. Pedro, ground ball to short. Crespo throws over, and they get Ortiz. Or they get Perry. Ortiz made the catch. Kevin Mensch now, he's 0 for 1. Pedro walked him. 3-1 count. Curveball misses low. Barajas 0 for 1. Threat to bunt. They'll concede the bunt, but Pedro's going to strike him out. 3-2 pitch on the inside corner for strike 3. That's 8 for Pedro. 2 outs here in the 5th. Michael Young the batter. They flip the lineup around again. Young is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive into center. Mensch will go to third. Young will have the hit. They'll concede the stolen base. Blaylock has struck out both his times up. He's 0 for 2. Pedro's pitch. And they'll get him again. It's on the outside corner on the black. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Texas strands 2. We've played 5, and it's 3-0 Boston. Jeff Nelson, who pitched in the first game, will now pitch here in the 6th in the second game. Don't see Pedro making it past the 6th either. He's at 95 of 110. Nelson, who gave up the 3-run shot to Ortiz in the opener of this twin bill, is 1-0 with an earned run average of 675. In 9 innings, he's allowed 8 hits. He has allowed 3 home runs, walked 8, and struck out 10. He'll face McCarty, Bellhorn, and Kantler. McCarty 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. He also has struck out. Nelson's pitch. McCarty draws a walk. He is no threat to go anywhere. And that'll bring up Bellhorn, who has doubled twice and drove in a run. He's 2 for 2. Pitch from Jeff. He'll walk. So again, Nelson is playing with fire here. Gabe Kapler, the batter. Gabe is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Nelson delivers, and there's a line drive center field. That's going to drop. McCarty will round third Bellhorn will hold. Here's the throw from DeLucci, and they throw him out. So you take the chance with not a good hitter coming up to score that run with nobody out, but you might have run yourself out of an inning because he had a 69% chance, but DeLucci gunned him down. So it's still 3-0, 1 out. Kapler on first, Bellhorn on second, and Crespo, who is at 0 for 2 with a strikeout at the plate. Let's see if this backfires. Pitch to Cesar, he struck out. So he swung on and missed on an 0-2 pitch, and Nelson is 1 out away from getting out of this. Johnny Damon, the batter. Johnny 1 for 3. He has singled and scored in the first, and then has struck out twice. Here's the pitch. Damon hits a line drive right to DeLucci. It does backfire to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We played 5.5 here in Arlington. It's 3-0 Boston. And that's why you don't run with nobody out. Because you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. And the Red Sox would have had the bases loaded, nobody out. And instead, Jeff Nelson worked around it. 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors for the Sox. They've stranded 7. That's what I said. It reminds me of an old-fashioned Sox game. Texas, no runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they've left 5 on. This will be Pedro's last inning. 95 pitches through 5, 3 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 9. Soriano, Fulmer, and Jordan, the bat here in the 6th. Soriano has struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Pedro, fly ball to right. Kapler there, 1 out. Brad Fulmer, the batter. Brad is 0 for 1 with a walk. And he'll hit a ground ball down the line at third for a base hit. So it's chew-your nail time here for Pedro. He's up over 100 pitches. Jordan, the batter. Brian is 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Fulmer not a threat to steal. Pitch from Pedro. Ground ball to short. Crespo throws it across the diamond, and they get him there. Wasn't going to try to get the force at second with Fulmer, and so he flings it across, and it's a fielder's choice. And 2 out for DeLucci, who is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Pedro delivers, and DeLucci was hit. Got him on the midsection, and so the Texas fans aren't happy. Here's Herbert Perry. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Martinez delivers, and he struck out Perry. So that will be it for Pedro, I'm sure. No runs, 1 hit, 1 plunked Batman. Texas strands 2. We go to the 7th. Boston 3, Texas nothing. Doug Brocail in the pitch. Well, if that wasn't a Pedro Martinez start to the nth degree, throws 100 pitches, plunks the batter, strikes out a bunch, and will lead the game with a 3-0 lead. Brocail, who is the 3rd pitcher tonight for Texas in Game 2, following Joaquin Benoit and Jeff Nelson, has a 1-0 record. He has no ERA. He's only thrown 1 inning, a hit and a strikeout. 4.13 the real-life ERA, 4-1 the record with a save. Miller, who is 0 for 3, Ortiz, who is 3 for 3, and Manny is 0 for 2. The bat here in the 7th. Miller is struck out, along with being 0 for 3. Brocail gives up a ground ball, base hit up the middle. First hit for Miller. And the 9th hit in this game for Boston. David Ortiz has 3 of those 9 hits. He has singled, doubled, and homered. He's a triple away from the cycle. He's driven in 2. Wouldn't this just be something if he got the triple? Ortiz hits a fly ball to center. DeLucci makes the catch, 1 out. Manny Ramirez is struck out and walked, 1 for 2. They're 0 for 2. And he'll plunk Ramirez as hit-a-thon 2004 continues. Yeah, he didn't try to get out of there. Pitch hit him on the knee. So as runners on first and second for Veritek, Jason is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And Veritek gets a ground ball to Perry. Over to Young for 1. Back to Perry. And they got the 3-6-3 no play. So no runs on 1 hit and no errors after 6.5 stretch time for the 2nd time tonight in Arlington. It's Boston 3, Texas nothing. Martinez wants to stay, so we'll let him. He won't pitch much longer, but he'll face Kevin Mensch, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. And we'll go from there. Pitch to Mensch. Got him on a strikeout. That's 11 for Pedro. Full count. Here's Barajas, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he strikes out on a 1-2 pitch. It's foul tipped into the glove of Veritek. So Martinez is on fire. He's at fuego. Michael Young, the batter, 1 for 3 with a single. Here's the pitch. And he'll walk Michael Young, and that will be it for Pedro. Pitch counts. We don't need no stinking pitch counts. Alan Embry will come in. Alan is 1-0 on the year with a 2 ERA. 9 innings, 8 hits. He's allowed 1 home run, walked 2, and struck out 5. Blaylock is the lefty. He is 0 for 3. He has struck out 3 times, but Blaylock hits lefties better than righties. Embry delivers, and there's a line drive right to Ortiz to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We played 7. It's Boston 3. Texas nothing. Ron Mayhay is coming in to pitch. Mayhay to face McCarty, Bellhorn, and Kapler. Having a great start to the year. 0-1 the record, but that's kind of a misnomer for a reliever. 2.19 ERA. That is not. 12 innings, 12 hits, a home run. He has walked 3 and struck out 7. McCarty is 1 for 2 with a double, a run scored, and a strikeout. He has drawn a walk as well. And McCarty hits a ground ball to Blaylock, throws it over to Perry, and they just got him. Oh, in fact, they didn't get him. They called him out when he was safe. It's a bad call. So Francona comes out to say a few words of hello to the umpiring staff, and Mark Bellhorn will come to the plate. He is 2 for 2. He has doubled twice and driven in a run and walked. Pitch from Mayhay, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Gabe Kapler, the batter. Gabe is 1 for 3. He is singled and struck out. And he'll strike out again as he goes down on an 0-2 pitch. We've played 7 and a half. Nothing across for the Sox here in the top of the 8th. They still lead, though, 3-0. Soriano and Fulmer and Jordan. Soriano is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And he hits a line drive right to Crespo for the first out. So Fulmer, again, another lefty who hits lefties better than righties, is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. He hits lefties at a 278 clip and hit righties at 225. Embry delivers, and there's a line drive right to Ortiz, so 2 out for Brian Jordan. Jordan is 1 for 3, a single and a strikeout. Embry's ready. Here's the pitch. Here's a line drive to shallow left center. Damon on his horse and makes the grab to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 8. It's the Sox 3, the Rangers nothing. So Crespo will lead us off here on the 9th. We'll let him hit. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Damon and Miller to follow, and if anybody should reach the man, the myth, the legend, David Ortiz, who's 3 for 4. Mayhay delivers, and it's come back to right to Ron. Throws it over to Perry, 1 out. Johnny Damon, the batter. Johnny is 1 for 4. He is singled and struck out twice. Scored in the first. He hits a ground ball base hit through the hole and right, and that will be it for Mayhay. That'll bring up Carlos Almanzar. Or Almanzar, depending on how you want to pronounce it. We don't have a picture of Carlos. On the season, 1-1 the record with a 5.54 ERA. 13 innings, 12 hits. The home run, he's walked 5 and struck out 10. Miller reached on a single his last time up, is 1 for 4. And he hits 1 to Young. This should be 2. Flips to Soriano for 1. Over to Perry, and they turn it. So that will be it. That's the night. That's the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 8.5, it's Boston 3, Texas nothing, and we're going to get Keith Folk in the pitch. Hold on. So Folk tries to lock down the shutout. He is 1-0 on the year with 4 saves. They're an average of 324. In 8 innings, he's allowed 6 hits, 2 home runs, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. And he is scheduled to face David DeLucci, Herb Perry, and Kevin Mensch here in the 9th. DeLucci 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. And it's a walk to DeLucci to start us off. 3-1 pitch that was low and away. And that'll bring up Perry, who's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Nope, it'll be Lance Nix to pinch hit for Perry. Not surprising that. Nix we didn't see in the opener. Primarily played for the Phillies. He's at 279 on the year. 5 homers and 12 RBI. He struck out 24 times. Folks' pitch is a strikeout. 1-2 changeup on the outside corner, and there's 1 out. DeLucci at first, a threat to steal. Mensch the batter. Kevin is 0 for 2. He is struck out and walked. Throw to first. DeLucci's back. Pitch to Mensch. Popped up. I'm surprised they didn't send DeLucci. Miller's there, and he's got it on the edge of the grass, and there's 2 out. For Rod Barajas, who is 0 for 3, he has struck out twice. The Red Sox hoping to split this twin bill. 1 out away. Folks pitch. Ground ball right to Bellhorn. Throws to first, and that's the ball game. Folk and company hold a shutout for Pedro Martinez. The Red Sox split this doubleheader, and they win game 2, 3-0. So on the Commodore VIC-20 postgame show, the Red Sox split this doubleheader and gained 1 game in real life on what they did with the Texas Rangers, on what they did in the real 2004 season with a win against the Rangers. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. The home run, the solo shot from Ortiz being the big blast. 3 runs on 10 hits for Boston. No errors. The Rangers didn't put a runner across. And they were held to 4 singles. No runs on 4 hits, no errors. Pedro Martinez goes to 3-1. He goes 6 2/3 innings, a 4-hit ball. He walked 3 and struck out 12. Threw more pitches than he probably should have, but he was dealing it, and you gotta leave him in. Embry picks up his 3rd hold of the year, and Keith Folk picks up his 5th save. Walked 1, did Folk in his inning, but he did strike out 1 as well. Joaquin Benoit goes to 0-2, 5 innings for the Texas starter, 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, a home run. He walked 1 and struck out 8. Had his good stuff. Nelson, Brocail, Mayhay, and Almanzar, and to close it out for Texas. But the Red Sox get the split. They win this one 3-0. This one took 3 hours and 30. No, it didn't. It took 3 hours and 7 minutes to play. This wasn't that long of a game. Too many strikeouts. 3 hours and 7 minutes on the second game of the doubleheader. David Ortiz is your Commodore VIC-20 player of the game. The Commodore's VIC-20, the computer that anyone can use while you use the good stuff. The Sox strand 8 here in game 2. The Rangers strand 9. That's the difference. And so that's it. Pedro with the big one. I'm so, wow. I would have selected Martinez. He did strike out 12 and didn't allow a run. So I'll differ with the computer there. Anyway, it's a split for the Sox. They're a half game behind the Yankees. Sunday's game the next time we get together. This is Ron Juckett. Hit like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you the next time.